You got to be starting something. So you want to be starting something. You got to be starting something. Man versus car. The newest hit show where it pits a man versus a regular old car. Tonight, it's Michael Jenkins versus a regular old car. The car seems to have the upper hand. Oh, he's got a little bit of pushback. Oh no, he just got ran over and chewed up by the tires. I guess that's another one for the cars. I mean, wouldn't the cars always just win? Oh god, come on, it's fine. Nice fucking car right there, bro. Oh god. Hey, that's one of the honorable mentions. We'll get to that in a minute, though. This is a video about the top 10 regular old cars. Because, you know, there's a lot of there's a lot of armored vehicles. There's a lot of weaponized. There's cars with missiles. There's cars with machine guns. There's cars that can fly. There's cars that can jump. There's cars that can boost. There's cars with parachutes. But that's not what this list is about. This list is all about the regular old cars of GTA Online. Just, you know, just a car you get in and you drive around and it's fun to take to car meets and stuff and all that. Yeah, it's all good. Now, listen, this is a top 10 list, but let me fucking tell you, it was hard to whittle these down to 10 cars. Like, there are a lot of really, really good cars in this game. But honestly, number 11, and yes, I know this is a top 10 list. This is a bonus. Number 11, the Obey 9F Cabrio. Now, honestly, this car right here, this was one of the first nice cars I ever bought. Like, and it's not that it's even particularly super nice. Like, it's just really, it's really cheap, and it was one of the first cars I ever bought. All the fuck the way down here, because it was one of the first cars that was in the game. The Obey 9F or the Cabrio? This is San Andreas. This car for any new player out there is a great starter car. Like this or the regular 9F. Like, it's the Audi TT. It controls really well. Now you can make it a convertible if you want, but if you want the hard top on, you might as well just buy the regular 9F instead of the convertible one. But I mean, you know, either way. This is a really good, like, starter car for any new player out there. It's, like, really affordable, controls really well, looks really pretty. Like, this is one of the first nice cars I ever bought, like, at, like, level 10. So, on to the next one, though. Fuck out of here, policeman. Hey, I said fuck out of here. Oh, no, fucking.
I'll do my best.
Now, number 10. Now, again, one could argue that OG classic adder should be on there. Honestly, that's in my honorable mentions, but that's not. This is number 10. This sexy, badass car right here. The Roosevelt. I mean, I think the Roosevelt Valor also has the same thing, but the reason this is at number 10 is not because of its performance or anything like that. There are several cars that drive better. This badass motherfucking car right here? Oh, I'll show you.
No problem. I'll get
Try
him
to get
off
on,
your
guys.
back.
Yes, there we go. You see that? You see that man right there standing on the side of it? That's the reason this is number 10. He can use heavy machine guns. He can use assault rifles. He can use a lot more than just the regular standard things you can use while driving. He can use basically every single gun. And this and the this and also let me find it somewhere. The Granger. This car is also, you can have actually 8 people. You see that? There's 2 people in the front, 2 people in the back, and 4 people hanging off the sides. Yeah, this car is awesome for the simple fact that it's like, you can have homies hanging off the side of it, and it looks so badass. I mean, you can only have 2 people hanging off the side as opposed to 4, but having 2 guys with heavy machine guns on the side is actually like so dope. Like, it looks so badass. Especially when they have, they can get knocked off very easily though, but especially when they're rocking the, what do you call it? The Goonsberg sweeper, the Tommy gun. Oh yeah, fucking, oh. Yes, I'm hanging off of it now. Yeah, like you can use a lot more, like you can use the Hellbringer, you can use like any of the like assault rifles, like any, like, yeah, you can use basically every weapon except RPGs, I believe. RPGs you have to be in like a helicopter to use, but yeah. Suck my dick from the back, cops! Man, this is gonna be a fun thing to edit. I meant to get this uploaded and live today, and it's already like 1:23 a.m. on Sunday. I wanted to put this up at noon on Saturday. Number 9, in all its glory. The Furia. Young Ancestors Whip. Young Ancestors Whip. Now, I mean, there are a lot of amazing cars, but like the coolness associated with this car just by like being like the trade, like how you unlock its trade price and like that beam of light across the front of it and how good it looks and how good it controls. And the fact you can get an almost $3 million car for $2 million after you get the trade price, like, I really like the Furia here. So I'm putting it at number 9. This is my list. I do what I want. Number 8. Listen here. Now, there are a bunch of different, I don't know, like, I could put many different vehicles in many different spots, but I'm going to put this right here. You know how I put the 9F at 11? Like for a good starter car? This is a good starter car if you have a little extra money on your hands. This is like $750,000 and it is bulletproof from behind and it performs really, really well, and it's just a sexy car. Now some of you out there might be saying, hey Flip, hey, there are many cars that perform way better than the Zentorno. And to you I say, you know what? I don't give a fuck. This is my list. Go make your own list then. If you want to make something different. The Zentorno is my number 8. I love this car. Like I love how it's got those accents, and I love how it looks. Number 7 just happens to be right next to my Zentorno. Now, number 7 here, the Vagner. This was basically an open wheel vehicle before open wheel vehicles were a thing. The traction on this bad fucking car right here is insane. It like sticks to the ground like fucking, I don't know, some sort of good metaphor. This car like sticks to the ground, feels great. Like certain races you're just like flying past people because of like its straight up turn radius. Nope. Shut your fucking mouth, LJT. You cannot help yourself, can you? No, I love this car, and it looks, on top of like its unique traction, it looks great. But honestly, this car was like one of the best traction vehicles in the game until the open wheel vehicles came out. Now, this is about half the cost of an open wheel vehicle, the R88 or the other one, the Progen, I think, PR1. So this car, the open wheel vehicles, is like the Vagner 2.0. This thing turns on a dime. When I say turns on a dime, I mean really, like no other car in the game has this kind of turn radius, like even slightly. Like I'm talking like 90-degree turn right here. Watch it coming. Another 90-degree? Okay, no problem. Like it's actually ridiculous. Number 6. Literally any of these fucking cars here. Now let me show you. You got the Sultan RS, the Sentinel Classic, the Karen Futo, the Jugular, which sounds amazing, the fucking Zion Classic with the Princess Robot bubblegum body pillow in the back. the Kanjo, and last but not least, the Sugol. All 7 of these vehicles have Princess Robot bubblegum liveries on them. So does the Scramjet, but these are all regular cars. The Scramjet is not, and you should have all 7 of these, to be honest. If you like that anime. If you don't, you know, whatever. Fuck you. No, I'm kidding. These cars are fucking hilarious. If I had to choose one, I'd probably say go for the Sultan RS. Performs amazing. It looks amazing. With that livery on it. With that livery. It's actually amazing. So, highly, highly recommend one, if not all of these, as your number 6 spot. And fuck you, this is my list. I do what I want. These cars don't perform better than other hypercars, but whatever. You don't tell me how to make my own list. Number 5. Now, I have 2 Pariahs. The Ocelot Pariah right here. I have 2 of them. You people, you hear me? I have the weed one that I won from the casino wheel that one week, 420 week, but I also have this one. My OG one, my classic Pariah. The Pariah, this sexy badass car right here, is the best sports car in the entire game. Let me repeat that for you. The best sports car in the game. This is gonna shit all over any other sports car. If you're in a sports race, it's a wrap. Like, this is the best performing sports car in the whole game. And if you want to do racing with it, like, ignore the rain and the shitty tire spin out right now. Like, this car is absolutely incredible. It performs very, very well. Like, if you know how to handle it, you're gonna win like most races in the sports class if you're using a Pariah compared to other shit. Jesus Christ. Yeah. Here's my other Pariah, people. The weed-themed one. That green with that yellow terps. Oh, the weed-themed Pariah. God damn, this shit is sexy. This was the podium vehicle a few weeks back, minus the headlights and underglow and a couple other customizable options I put. But the Pariah is a sexy-ass whip, and if you don't own one, you should get one immediately because it's the best sports car in the whole game. Number 4, Gas Garage. Now, this is where, like, honestly, it starts to become, like, a little bit more subjective. Like, any of these top 4 cars could be your number 1, people. Like, all of them perform extremely well. All of them are really great. And my number 4, right here, the Pegassi Tesseract. The $3 million electric car that looks like a fucking beast. The Tesseract right here is one of my favorites. Oh my god. Holy shit. Number 3. Now, I honestly couldn't fucking decide between the Pegassi Osiris and the Progen T20. Now, both of these cars came out around like exactly at the same time, actually. Let's go all the way back. The ill-gotten gains updates. The Pegassi Osiris and the Progen T20. These 2 cars right here are both really sexy cars that perform extremely, extremely well. Yeah, this car and the Osiris both really perform like they're definitely top cars in the game. They like the turning radius, the speed of them. Both of these cars are really, really top tier cars. Number 2. Now, honestly, the Furia could be, but my number 2 is a mix between the Progen Emerus right here and the Benefactor Krieger. Both of these cars really perform so fucking well. Now, they're really expensive, and I would honestly recommend that you buy them when they're on sale. But they really, like, especially the Emerus, honestly, like, the Krieger feels really good, and the Emerus feels really good too. Like, Like they live up to their price point compared to a lot of the other cars. Like they really perform well. Now, I could show it off, but fuck you, I don't want to. Trust me. And my number one car, my number one regular old car in the whole fucking game, but for me, it's this one. The Ocelot XA21. Now this car right here is my number one purely for the fact that it looks as good as just about any other car in the game. But the sound, listen. I let my finger off the trigger and it rumbles and crackles. Listen again. One more time. It just sounds and looks so fantastic. This XA21 is one of my favorite fucking cars in the whole game. Now, again, any of these top 5 could be your number one. It's a very subjective and opinionated list. Now listen, let me be honest with you. Making a top 10 list on just regular old cars actually proved to be a lot harder than I thought it would be. It was really a hard, tough time, like tuning these down to a top 10 list, and a couple of cars I feel like were worth mentioning and notable mentions right here. The Grotti Vision. This car is so sexy. It's like 2.1 million. Performs extremely well. Looks so sexy from the back. Like I would highly recommend this car if you don't own one already. Same thing over here with the FMJ. I mean, and honestly, the X80 Proto performs really well also. Like, the X80 Proto looks good. It's got all these, like, great, like, frames on it. Like, but the FMJ is, like, kind of like a softer version of it that's, really nice. I think it's based off of a Ford supercar model. Not positive, but the FMJ... The Vapid FMJ, and the Vision down there are all definitely honorable mentions. There was the 8, the Taipan that was here before I blew it up. So we're talking honorable mentions, right? These 2 honorable mentions right here just happen to be right next to each other also. How fun. Now listen. The Turismo right here. This car, honestly, you get this for free. I mean, not you get this as part of the Criminal Enterprise starter pack. And it's honestly, it performs so well. It's like, it covers all of your, like, supercar needs until you actually earn a little bit of extra cash to, like, buy something crazy, like, I don't know, the Adder, Vision, XA21, any of the other cars I had at the top 20, at the top 10, whatever, fuck you. You know what I'm saying? This car definitely covers your needs until you get to where you want to be with money. And another shout out. The Adder. The Truffade Adder. This car, the Bugatti, was bought far and away the most expensive and best car you could own for like 2 years before they started updating this game. Nah, there's no number. These are more honorable mentions, and this is it. I'm fucking done with this list. Like, honestly, I did not think this list would be as hard as it would be to make, but here we are. Kuruma. Far and away, probably the best of these honorable mentions. I questioned whether I should even include it. This and the Duke of Death and the Night Shark. But all 3 of these vehicles are not armed. They're not weaponized. So they don't have mines. They don't have guns or any of that. They don't have missiles. But the armor they have is absolutely insane. Now, I mean, the Kuruma is completely bulletproof, but not very explosive resistant. Duke of Death is like middle ground. But the Night Shark for PvP, you can eat like 16 oppressor missiles before dying. at least, and that dude's gonna waste most of his missiles trying to destroy you. So, Duke of Death is a good middle ground. Either way, these are honorable mentions. Fuck you. This is my top 10 list. Suck my dick from the back. No, I'm kidding. Get that son of a bitch! Oh, these cops are so upset. He's so mad. They're shooting right past. Ah, no, do not shoot me with the shotgun. No, stop it, stop it. So yeah, like I said before, and like I'll say again just for a second time, the last of the honorable mentions, the Kuruma, the Night Shark over there, and the Duke of Death right here. These 3 vehicles are fucking amazing to own. Like, this one is completely bulletproof. This one is as close to explosive resistant as you can be. And this one's a nice solid middle ground with, like, I think it's 7 explosions before it blows up, and it's pretty bulletproof on all sides except for the front. This one you can get shot from all sides, but can eat like 18 rockets or explosions, especially when you're inside of it. And the Kuruma does not do much in the way of explosive resistance, but is literally 100% bulletproof, apart from FMJ mags. So these 3 vehicles are definitely worth owning. And they're not regular, but they're I'm going to mention them here. This is number 0. Fuck you. This is my list. I do what I want. Oh, look at this ass. Haha. You hear that? That's a spanking of ass. You know what it is, people. Now listen, I could have fucking put any of these 4 vehicles on there, or any other vehicles, but this is my top 10 list. And that's all there is to it. You know the whole spiel.